Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Tanvi Taneja. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. New Zealand win the toss and elect to bat first in the Champions Trophy 2025 final in Dubai. Israel-Hamas to hold talks in Doha for further talks in an effort to advance negotiations on the fragile ceasefire in Gaza. Israeli Prime Minister's office says Tel Aviv will send a delegation to Doha on Monday. 2 days of clashes and revenge killings in Syria leave more than 1,000 people dead. Syrian leader Ahmad al-Shara calls for peace and national unity. So the ICC Champions Trophy final between India and New Zealand has begun at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. Well, the stakes couldn't be higher as both the cricketing giants compete for one of the cricket's most coveted titles. Indian cricket fans look forward to the most awaited final showdown at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium.
To cheer for India, Team India. Hopefully they'll bring the trophy home.
Big game for India. Again, two big boys. We are here for Rohit and Virat. This could be one of their final games or ICC championship game. So we are here all for them, and we expect them to score centuries today.
We will want all the spinners to do well. I think Varun will play a key role, especially, and also Kuldeep. I'm thinking these two guys should have the key for the middle overs because New Zealand does play spin well, and also it depends on how our batsmen do well against Santner because he's bowling really well. So let's look out for the key matchups there, and hopefully we'll come out on the positive side.
Always we expect something big from Virat Kohli, of course, and we will win.
Rohit and Virat both centuries.
Rohit century, Rohit century.
Virat
century. Hardik Pandya 6 sixes.
We are very much excited for India, and I hope India would do well and will take home the trophy.
Go India, go!
India, 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 India.
We are supporting for India.
India.
Ahead of the match, New Zealand coach Gary Stead said that the team's training and preparation all this while will be a key factor that will help them in the final.
Days now of a little bit of recovery and a little bit of planning and training towards the game, but I guess we're deep into the tournament now, and sometimes it's not always a lot of training that you need. It's just getting your body and your mind right to compete in the final, and that will be our key focus over. So New Zealand captain Mitchell Santner won the toss and opted to bat first against India in the Champions Trophy 2025 final at Dubai International Cricket Stadium. India captain Rohit Sharma lost yet another toss, equaling the record of Brian Lara of losing 12 consecutive tosses in ODI cricket. But as a big relief for India, star New Zealand pacer Matt Henry is not part of the game. India are playing an unchanged 11 while Nathan Smith has replaced injured pacer Henry in the New Zealand camp. DD India's Subina Roy from Dibrugarh, Assam joins us on the story now. Subina, what is the excitement there where you are at, and tell us how is the mood regarding the final, and it has just started.
The mood is eclectic here in Dibrugarh out here, as different corners across Dibrugarh, projectors have been put out where the match cricket fans can see the match, and it's a V-Day for India. And it's not just about Dubai International Studio. Here we have some cricket fans who are all excited about the match. Let us ask them that India. So let me ask you that India has lost the toss, and this is the 12th time that Rohit Sharma has lost the match, equivalent to Brian Lara. So what is your take on that? How will India chase New Zealand?
Today, India will chase very easily because India have Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli is a very good finisher, and earlier also we have Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli have chased many. So today, India will definitely. India
So
will.
how many centuries do you expect from Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli?
We expect today Rohit and Virat will going to they will make the century today.
So these cricket fans are equally excited and expect that Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli are going to
Okay, thank you, Subina, for giving us that excited sentiment from Dibrugarh. And let's go to Shama Mishra, who is joining us from Mumbai. Shama, India remains unbeaten in the tournament. Can India do it again this time? What are Mumbaikars saying about it?
Well, Mumbaikars, we did speak to them before this particular live, and everybody is really excited. We have girls with us. We have little girls who are all excited and all dressed up for cheering India. Let's talk to them. Do you think India is going to win today and India is going to have that particular streak where India does not lose a single match?
No, India doesn't lose forever because they're very hardworking for themselves that they should win for their country.
Okay, who are you supporting today?
I am supporting India because I am in India team.
No, which players are you supporting?
Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli.
Okay, Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. So the captain and all-time favorite Virat Kohli, Mumbaikars are supporting, and everybody is really excited. And as I was mentioning earlier, in Mumbai, everybody in their societies, in their grounds, they are arranging these kind of matches to cheer India, to be a part of this particular historic tournament, and everybody is really excited. We also spoke to people earlier who were of the view that although we have this particular view that India should win, we are all positive, but we also have to keep in mind that New Zealand is not a light player. We can't take them easily, and because of the fact that we have lost matches earlier them, and now
but the
that
good
they
thing
have
is, Shama, that
back,
India
will have to
hasn't
chase.
lost a match in this tournament. New Zealand has lost a match to India. So let me take this question to Siddharth, joining us from New Delhi. Thank you, Shama. There's Siddharth. So India has lost the toss here. How crucial a role the pitch will play in this match, according to you? I know you are standing at India Gate, so tell us this expert view also, as well as what you're feeling there from Delhiites excited about this match, I'm sure.
A very good afternoon to you, Tanvi. First of all, I would like to say that the jinx has continued, and which is in favor of India, because perhaps this is the 12th time that Rohit Sharma has lost this toss, and in Champions Trophy 2025 he has lost every toss, and we won every game. So yeah, that's a good news for us. If one believes in superstition. Apart from that, pitch will play a pivotal role, as it has always did. The pitch has provided, a help to the spinners, Tanvi. And because of that, our spinners are doing really, really well. They are acclimatized to the conditions. Rohit Sharma and company is acclimatized to the conditions. They have played every match on this particular track, although the strip is different every time, but now they know the weather conditions and they know how the pitch will behave. So accordingly, they will change the bowlers. As far as the New Zealand is concerned, they have played one match, they have lost that match, but they have studied how the pitch is likely to behave. So they will, plan accordingly. They are batting now, and as we talk, the Indian team is strategizing to whom to give bowling to, and but yeah, as far as the numbers are concerned, as far as the combinations are concerned, it is very likely that Rohit Sharma and company will come out with flying colours from this tournament. And where I am standing right now, Tanvi, I can surely say that if they come out with flying colours, this area, this particular place would be all different. People will be here in large numbers, the dhols will be playing at the highest volumes, and people would be dancing. They still are enjoying. They're talking about the match. They are watching live on their mobile phones, and some are watching them in their television sets inside their homes. But the excitement is palpable. It's everywhere. Because as I say again and again, Tanvi, in India, cricket is not just a game, it is considered as a religion. And you might have seen Tanvi on the television says that people are performing rituals, they are performing puja, they are performing havan, so that this particular day becomes auspicious. This is auspicious day, of course, and those rituals, they work in favor of Team India and they come out victorious from today's clash. Everyone is wishing for the same. Tanvi, back to you.
Indeed. So a third Champions Trophy will be indeed special for all of us. You are sporting blue, and a lot of us here in the newsroom also, including me, sporting blue there. Thank you very much, Siddharth Bhardwaj, Subina Roy from Dibrugarh, Shama Mishra from Mumbai for giving us the flavor of the day, bleed blue. Okay, all right, let's move on to other stories now, on to West Asia now. Israel and Hamas signaled that they were preparing for the next phase of ceasefire negotiations in Doha. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office on Saturday said that Israel will send a delegation to Doha on Monday in an effort to advance negotiations on the fragile ceasefire in Gaza. Meanwhile, Hamas said that there were positive indicators for the start of the ceasefire's second phase talks. Hamas spokesperson Abdel Latif Al-Qanwa said in a statement that efforts of the Egyptian and Qatari mediators are ongoing to complete the implementation of the ceasefire agreement. The first phase of the Gaza ceasefire ended on March 1st after 6 weeks of relative calm that included exchanges of Israeli hostages for Palestinian prisoners. While Israel has said that it wants to extend the first phase until mid-April, Hamas has insisted on a transition to the second phase, which should lead to a permanent end to the conflict. Hundreds of Israelis held a rally in Tel Aviv on Saturday and urged the government to fully implement the Gaza ceasefire deal. Family members and relatives of hostages still held in Gaza rallied in Tel Aviv on Saturday evening, joining hundreds who took to the streets, urging Netanyahu to implement the remaining parts of the Gaza ceasefire deal. This comes a day after a group of 56 captives freed from Gaza also urged Netanyahu to fully implement the ceasefire deal. Of the 251 hostages taken by Hamas during the 2023 attack on Israel, 58 remain in Gaza, including 34 the Israeli military has said are dead. Syrian security forces deployed heavily in the Al-Wait heartland on the Mediterranean coast on Saturday after a war monitor reported that government and allied forces killed more than 1,000 people. Residents of the region continued to report killings of civilians after deadly clashes broke out on Thursday between Syria's new authorities and gunmen loyal to toppled President Bashar al-Assad, himself an Alawite. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said the casualties injured 745 civilians, 125 members of the Syrian security forces and 148 fighters loyal to Assad. Security forces on Saturday said that they had regained control of much of the areas in Tartus and Latakia governorates. Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has lashed out at the US, accusing it of bullying tactics after President Donald Trump revealed that he had sent a letter proposing nuclear deal negotiations. In a speech in Tehran, Khamenei claimed that the true intentions of Washington's offer is domination and not finding solutions. Essentially, Khamenei believes that the US aims to exert control over Iran rather than genuinely resolve issues.
Some bullying governments insist on negotiation, but their negotiation is not aimed at resolving issues. It's for domination. Their approach is, let's negotiate so that we can impose whatever we want on the other side, sitting across the table. If they accept, great. If they don't, we will stir up a fuss, saying they distanced themselves from the negotiation table and walked away from the talks.
And on to the Russia-Ukraine conflict now. At least 14 people have lost their lives in the latest round of Russian strikes with no end to the conflict in sight. The overnight Russian missile and drone attacks on Ukraine's eastern city of Dobropilya and a settlement in Kharkiv region also left 37 wounded, including 5 children. The strike also caused infrastructural damage, affecting 8 multi-story buildings and 30 vehicles. Meanwhile, a separate Russian attack left 3 dead and 7 wounded on the Kharkiv region in the northeast. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has expressed willingness to consider participating in a peacekeeping mission in Ukraine. though Australian Prime Minister has emphasized that deployment of peacekeepers, is premature at this point. This development comes after Albanese's discussion with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who, along with France, is working to assemble a coalition of the willing to safeguard any potential ceasefire in the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict. Albanese further stated that Australia will send a senior representative to a Chiefs of Defence meeting in Paris on Tuesday to discuss future backing for Ukraine. European countries are scrambling to increase their support for Ukraine amidst US President Donald Trump's efforts to negotiate directly with Russian leader Vladimir Putin, aiming to end 3 years of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. And now we take a look at other stories making news across the world. 29 members of the Colombian armed forces who had been kidnapped by civilians were released on Saturday. A day earlier, the Ministry of Defence announced that the troops had been abducted from 2 locations in Cauca province following attacks by a dissident faction of a group. 4 wildfires broke out near the Hamptons in New York on Saturday. A state of emergency has been declared in the area after the incident. For safety purposes, authorities have called locals to evacuate towns closest to the fire. A Peruvian man miraculously survived after being run over by a train in Lima. Surveillance footage from the Arte district captured the astonishing incident, showing the man asleep on the rail tracks just as a slow-moving train approached. Incredibly, the train rolled over him, but he managed to get up and limp away. The top samba schools took center stage at the Marquês de Sapucaí Sambadrome on the last night of the carnival in Rio de Janeiro. Celebrators showcased their vibrant performances with colorful floats and costumes. Members of Greenland's main political parties took part in a televised debate in Nuuk on Saturday ahead of the March 11th election. Candidates and members of the parties, including Prime Minister Mute Egede, discussed major issues in front of the public, in which independence has taken center stage after renewed US interest in the island.
To have the sovereignty of Greenland, we are fully aware that we can't reach utopia. We need to have partners in that sense. So we want sovereignty of our country and own our country in a proper process towards the real independence.
It's very important because of the crisis between Greenland, Denmark and the United States, and the United States and the world. Everything has been turned upside down. Economy is very, very important here in Greenland, because without economy you don't have independence. We have to get more businesses started up, and we have to collaborate with other companies and other countries so we can have mining started. Because without economy we don't have any social security, we don't have any hospital that can take care of us. And we are only about 57,000 people here in Greenland.
As the Liberal leadership race reaches its final days in Canada, candidate Mark Carney made a powerful appeal to voters at a spirited rally held earlier this evening in Mississauga. Hundreds of enthusiastic supporters gathered at the Mississauga Convention Centre, eager to hear Carney's vision and strategy for Canada's future. Our team was there to capture the energy and message. Here's more.
I was working to build strong economies. And now I'm calling on those same values in the face of this crisis. We need to do some things differently, because new threats demand new ideas and new challenges demand new leadership.
With the decisive vote approaching on March 9th, candidate Mahakani hosted a vibrant rally at Mississauga Convention Centre. Hundreds of supporters gathered this evening at Mississauga to hear former Bank of Canada Governor outline his vision of Canada. Carney emphasized his extensive experience in managing economic crisis.
They want our water, they want our land, they want our country. Never, never, never. Think about it for a moment. Think about it for a moment if they succeeded. They would destroy our way of life. Look at this room. It's an amazing room of Canadians.
Supporters at the event expressed confidence in Carney's economic expertise and his ability to unify the party ahead of upcoming federal elections.
We are supporting Mark Carney because he is the right candidate for the party and the right person for the leadership, because we need the person who can lead Canada.
We are looking for a good change in the country at this point, and that's why we are here to support Mark Carney.
Well, I think it's a great day to be here in our regional Peel at this amazing Peel rally with Mark Carney, who's going to be the next leader of the Liberal Party of Canada and our next Prime Minister.
What I like about Mark Carney is just his depth of experience and knowledge. He has great economical and fiscal knowledge.
Now the time to have a new leader elected, and Mark Carney will be the new replacement.
Former Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland is also a strong contender. Known for her role in negotiating the US-Mexico-Canada agreement, Freeland advocates for a firm stance against US tariffs and underscores the importance of defending Canadian sovereignty in the face of external pressures. Karina Gold, former Government House leader, brings a relatable middle-class perspective to the race. Other candidates like Frank Bellis emphasizes innovation and technological advancement. The leadership election processes involved a ranked ballot system across Canada's 343 parliamentary ridings, with each riding allocated 100 points. A candidate must secure over 50% of the points nationwide to win. If no candidate achieves this in the first round, the lowest securing candidate is eliminated and votes are redistributed based on voter preferences until a winner emerges. From Canada, Tarun Paul Singh.
And now we take a look at other stories making news in India today. Lieutenant Governor of India's national capital, Vinay Kumar Saxena, and Chief Minister Rekha Gupta flagged off the all-women bike rally in the national capital. Addressing the gathering, the Delhi Chief Minister said that women have participated in the rally from various parts of the city. India's Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare, Anupriya Patel, addressed the 48th annual day celebrations of the National Institute of Health and Family Welfare in New Delhi. She said India has entered into a new era of public health and the government is focusing on enhancing universal health coverage. India celebrated the Latmar Holi in the historical town of Barsana at the northern state of Uttar Pradesh. In this traditional act of playing Holi, women from Barsana shove a stick on men from the neighboring town of Nandgaon. Devotees from different corners of the country participated in the festival, with men dressed as Indian god Krishna and women as goddess Radha. The 1,000-year-long tradition is a grand fervour played with colours, sticks and shield. That's all for this edition of DD India Live. Do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and the world on our DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Tanvi Taneja from all of us here in New Delhi. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.